Unclassified Executive Summary. Incident Response Team. Unit After Action Report AAR-47. Location: Biel Herculane, Romania. Date: 5 months after P0 breach. Classification: R-Tier event, internal eyes only, do not disseminate. Pre-event context. Response Team IRT-4, call sign Frostline, deployed following multiple reports from local gendarmerie of synchronized civilian collapses, sensory distress, and unexplained hypothermic signatures observed in warm weather conditions. Initial assessment was mass poisoning or chemical exposure. However, satellite thermal analytics detected multiple anomalously cold human signatures moving unpredictably prior to the event. Darby D remnants later confirmed these were early-stage inheritors undergoing acute resonance activation. Audio log excerpts, body cam feed. 1604-11, Lieutenant Dumitru. Central, we're entering the lower district now. Civilians are disoriented but responsive. Some are... Hold on. Why is it so quiet? The whole street just stopped. 1604-37, Sergeant Olaru. Temperatures dropping 5 degrees, thermals glitching, getting artifacting, white spikes. Never seen that from urban heat islands. 1605-09, Lieutenant Dumitru. Team, helmets sealed, something's radiating. 1606-12, Private First Class Levente. Sir, that woman, her pupils, Christ, that's not drug dilation. Camera shows a middle-aged woman standing unsteadily, pupils fully dilated, sclera bloodshot, breath visible despite high humidity, skin pallid. 1606-28, unknown civilian. Do you hear it? Audio captures a warbling distortion not perceived by operators, indicating inheritor-specific auditory intrusion. Event onset, 1607-55. 3 civilians collapse simultaneously, clutching their temples. Vitals crash, then spike. No toxins detected. 1608-30. EM distortion wave hits the district. Optical systems flash white. Thermal imagers fail. 1608-58. Activation behavior observed in civilian female, later designated Subject V1. Exhibits trembling, hypothermia, vein prominence, and disorientation. Appears to orient herself toward an unseen distant vector. V1 unprompted. It's calling. First hostile contact. Subject V3. 1610-41. Civilian male, Christian Moraru, rises with abnormal coordination and speed. Displays core temperature of 31.4 degrees Celsius, brief canine elongation, rapid tissue recovery on hands, retinal reflection inconsistent with humans. 1611-02, Private First Class Levente. Sir, did you see that? That wasn't reflection. 1611-07, Lieutenant Dumitru. Tasers, non-lethal, now! Upon taser impact, V3 whispers, she's awake. Resonance peak, the hum. 1612-15, infrasonic oscillation detected at 19 to 22 Hz. Civilians begin to exhibit any combination of the following symptoms: screaming at unheard stimuli, entering predatory fixation behaviors, sprinting at inhuman speeds, vomiting blood, laughing uncontrollably. Operators exhibit mild nausea but do not perceive the oscillation directly. Extraction and containment failure. 1614-52. 3 unidentified operatives with abnormal cold signatures enter area. One retrieves V3 with extreme speed, vanishing into an alley before operators can pursue. Footage analysis indicates these individuals were House Varn retrieval agents, though this was unknown to government forces. Event subsides. 16-16-30. Temperature normalizes. Civilians regain lucidity with no memory of the incident or the hum. Area secured under contamination protocol. Public statement refers to a chemical spill. Files locked under R-tier classification. Internal analysis. Key findings. 1. Activation is instantaneous and externally triggered. 2. Affected individuals display non-human metabolic profiles. 3. EM interference appears directional and follows a moving source. 4. Unknown actors arrive rapidly, outpacing government response. 5. Civilians exhibit predatory micro-behaviors during resonance. 6. Subject V3's statement, "She's awake," suggests shared cognitive intrusion. Government conclusion. Possible neuroweapon or covert experimental assault. Darby D. Remnant conclusion. P0 passed near the district. Resonance triggered inheritor activation. House's conclusion. The pale convergence has begun. End of report. House Varn, Internal Field Dossier. Recon Unit Shade Trace. Operation Reclaimant Vector. Location Biel Herculane, Romania. Corresponds to Government AAR 47. Classification for elders and progeny of the first vein only. Prelude. House Varn detected resonance precursors 14 minutes prior to the first government unit's arrival. Pattern analysis confirmed. P0 vector proximity estimated at under 110 kilometers. Multiple dormant inheritor signatures beginning to flicker. B-loop distortions in the local thermal field. All indicators suggested spontaneous partial awakening among local carriers. Shade trace deployment objectives. 1. Locate newly activated inheritors. 2. Extract targets prior to government capture. 3. Prevent intrafamily predation during uncontrolled awakening. House consensus. P0 is active. Wherever she moves, the blood stirs. Deployment report. Operative 6. Timestamp 16:03:12. Thermal anomalies detected south of the lower district. Government vehicles en route. Operative 6. Government response is fast today. Someone has been whispering in their ear. House analysts conclude an active Darby D. Remnant cell is advising local authorities. First signs of activation. Timestamp 16:06:09. Operatives observe first inheritor, female, approximately 40, entering sensory dissonance consistent with early resonance response. Operative 3. Her gaze is searching for the vector. She's feeling the progenitor. Operative 1. Not feeling. Recognizing. Recognition implies ancestral neural reactivation, a concept central to Varn doctrine. The hum, low-frequency cognitive pull. Timestamp 16:12:15. An infrasonic oscillation saturates the district. Civilians and government operators do not consciously detect it. Inheritors and house operatives do. Operative 2. The song begins. She is not far. Operative 6. Not a song, a summons. House terminology for resonance. Blood verge. Subject V3 identified. Timestamp 16:10:41. Male civilian, Christian Moraru, displays rapid onset activation. Canine displacement, microlysis of oral tissue, thermal inversion, limbic overdrive, predatory fixation toward nearest carotid source. Operative 6. If government takes him, they will carve him until nothing remains. We reclaim. Retrieval maneuver. Timestamp 16:14:52. Government body cams record blurred figures. House Varn identifies this as a standard 3-point veil step maneuver. Operative 6 initiates kinetic misdirection. Operative 2 induces EM flutter to suppress cameras. Operative 1 secures subject V3 and relocates via rapid vector shift. Operative 1. Subject compliant after taser strike. Heart irregular but stabilizing. Whispered acknowledgement of her waking. He is aware. Government interference. Government response interpreted as chemical spill, coordinated psychosis, possible neuroweapon. Operative 6. They think this is done to them, not born from them. House doctrine forbids unnecessary engagement. Extraction proceeds without incident. Post-extraction assessment of subject V3. Subject displays incomplete transformation, proximity-only resonance. No direct contact with P0. Partial ancestral recall, she's awake. Heightened olfactory mapping. Enhanced limbic response. Suppressed human metabolic pathways. Subject demonstrates directional awareness of P0's movement, indicating the progenitor has crossed a critical distance threshold. Analysis. House versus government conclusions. Government conclusion: neuroweapon, psychological contagion, or experimental assault. Darby D. remnants: P0 no longer dormant, resonance events increasing. House Varn: bloodline awakening, consistent with progenitor influence. House Varn elder statement: this is the natural order reasserting itself. The silence of the blood is ending. Final note from Shade Trace Commander. They believe they witnessed a hostile act. They misunderstand. They did not see an attack. They saw a birth. End of dossier. House Varn Internal Biological Hold Report. Subject V3, Christian Moraru. Location: Varn Secure Hold, Subterranean Chamber Theta 4. Status: Early Resonance Activation, Progenitor Proximity Phase. Transfer and Initial Restraint. Subject V3 regained consciousness in a dim, stone-lined chamber under low-frequency red illumination. House Varn uses such environments to suppress adrenal spikes and reduce sensory overload during early awakening phases. Restraints consisted of interlocking composite bone and carbon limb clamps, warm to the touch and keyed to inheritor physiology. Operative 1 noted: do not let him see cold steel. Steel reminds the blood of old fears. Subject condition upon recovery. Core temperature, 31.1 degrees Celsius. Pulse, highly variable, 36 to 210 beats per minute, spikes during olfactory stimuli. Pupil response, fixed dilation. Dentition, canines elongated 2.4 millimeters beyond human baseline. Skin, pale with faint subdermal luminescence. Speech, fragmented, intermittent whispering. When asked his name, subject answered, I knew it in the day, but the night knows me differently. House Varn Initial Assessment. Physician Scholar 12 reports, resonance has not fully taken him. His mind is caught between ancestral impulse and human identity. If pushed, he will break. If guided, he will transform. Subject displays proximity expression syndrome due to P0's regional presence, including enhanced olfactory recognition, directional sensory pull, intermittent dissociation, rapid microhealing, aversion to light, fascination with darkness and motion. First resonance spike, timestamp 0214. Subject undergoes a resonance spike correlated with P0's movement approximately 70 kilometers away. Observed, muscular tightening, jaw clenching to the point of dental fracture, arrested breathing, ocular fixation on unseen vector. Subject whispered, she stepped. Operative 6 reported corresponding microresonance in his own nerves. Interaction with Operative 1. Operative 1 initiated direct contact. Do you understand what's happening to you? V3 responds, something inside me woke up before I did. Operative 1. That is not something to fear. V3. Then why does it hunger? Operative 1 touched the subject's forehead. Traditional Varn claim gesture. Subject immediately calmed. Pulse stabilizing for the first time. Metabolic feeding trial. Subject given 200 milliliters warmed oxygenated bovine heme slurry. Response: immediate pupil contraction, controlled swallowing, tremors, Visible relief. Reduced limbic agitation. House assessment. His blood remembers. His body has not yet learned. Ancestral recall incident. Timestamp 0433. Subject began muttering in archaic phrases identified as Proto-Varn ritual fragments. Night fangs. Cold earth. The first mother walks. She calls the marrow awake. This suggests unusually strong progenitor influence at an early stage. Subject requests release. Subject V3, let me follow her. Operative 1, not yet. V3, you don't understand. I can feel where she steps. Physician Scholar 12's assessment. The subject may become a locator, a living compass for P0's movement. House Elder Directive. Elder Varn. Do not release him. Guide him. He may lead us to her. Subject V3 is to be trained, not contained. Final note from Operative 1. He is not turning into something else. He is turning into what he always was. The world around him has forgotten. His blood has not. End of report. House Varn Training Log. Expression Phase 2. Subject V3, Christian Moraru. Location, Chamber 9, the Kinetic Hall. Phase, Shadow Pursuit and Reflex Conditioning. The Kinetic Hall. The Kinetic Hall is designed to teach movement, reflex, and predatory focus. The corridor is long, cold, ribbed with uneven stone and strategic alcoves. Temperature, 2 degrees Celsius. Lighting, pulsing infrared. Operative 1 escorts V3 to the threshold. Operative 1. Stillness gives you awareness. Movement gives you survival. Before you hunt, you must learn what you are. Trial 1. Reflex Cascade. A weighted pendulum swings toward V3's throat with no warning. V3 responds instinctively. Knees bending, spine arching, jaw opening in a defensive snarl. The pendulum misses by less than 2 centimeters. Reflex latency improves by 42% since day 1. Trial 2. Shadow Pursuit. A masked Varn operative moves through the hall in erratic, near-silent patterns. V3 is instructed. Operative 1. Do not follow his body. Follow what you do not see. V3 moves quickly, still too loud, but fast and instinctive. He senses air displacement, humidity shifts, and pressure changes. He loses and regains the trail multiple times. Operative 1. Shadow Pursuit neural pathways active. Pattern consistent with ancestral chase behavior. Trial 3. Controlled predatory focus. A second operative exposes a vial of warmed heme slurry. The scent triggers a near-feral reaction. Pulse spike from 41 beats per minute to 167 beats per minute. Jaw dislocates slightly. Nails harden. Stance lowers. Operative 1. Do not move. You are scent. You are hunger. But you are not ruled by either. V3 shudders but stops himself. Breath shakes. Frost forming. He resists the predatory impulse. Operative 1. Good. Most fail here. Most become beasts. V3. I could have taken him. Operative 1. You don't need to tell me. I saw it. Trial 4. Veil Step Introduction. V3 attempts a burst acceleration maneuver resembling early veil stepping. He fails, cracking stone underfoot. Observations. Muscular torque above baseline. Misfiring proprioception. Hypothermic limb aura. Energy dispersal rather than channeling. Operative 1. Early veil trace behavior. Encouraging. The breakthrough. A hidden operative approaches from behind. V3 does not turn or look. He simply raises his hand and catches the operative's wrist mid-stride, flawlessly. V3. I knew you were there. House Varn Assessment. Physician Scholar 12. Muscle adaptation surpassing genomic expectations. Operative 1. Shadow pursuit emerging earlier than projected. Elder Varn. He will walk the night. Train him for the field. Final note from Operative 1. He learns quickly, faster than safe. His instincts sharpen with each lesson, but his discipline grows only in moments of pain. We must push him harder before the progenitor's next pulse arrives. End of training log. House Varn training log, expression phase 3. Subject V3, Christian Moraru. Location, chamber 10, the quiet vein. Focus, instinct suppression and cold body stealth. The quiet vein. The quiet vein is a circular basalt chamber designed to train disappearance rather than movement. Temperature 1 degree Celsius. Airflow is randomized. No visible light. Detection occurs only through pressure-sensitive infrared that registers presence as halos on the floor. This chamber tests an inheritor's ability to suppress heat, instinct, and presence itself. Trial 1. Cold body resonance stabilization. Objective: lower core temperature without losing consciousness. V3 sits barefoot on basalt. Breath curls in cold air. Operative 1. Slow your pulse. Let the blood quiet itself. Heat is human. Cold is ours. Core temperature progression: 31.2 degrees Celsius to 30.4 degrees Celsius to 29.8 degrees Celsius to 29.3 degrees Celsius. Most inheritors black out at this stage. V3 remains conscious. V3. The cold feels like memory. Trial 2. Instinct suppression. A metal sphere containing fresh animal heart tissue is rolled toward V3. The scent provokes a predatory reflex. Pulse spike, jaw shift, fingers curling. Operative 1. If you move, you fail. If you desire, you fail. If you want, you fail. V3 trembles violently, but does not move. Breath forced out in a long shudder. Pulse drops. Operative 1's note: instinct suppression, acceptable. Trial 3. Cold body stealth, shadow skin. Objective: mask thermal signature, heart rate, and breath to become undetectable. Operative 6 activates the detection grid. Infrared halos appear with each step. Operative 6. Erase yourself. V3 slows his breath, heart rate dips. Infrared halo fades, then vanishes entirely. For 13 seconds, V3 leaves no thermal trace. Upon reappearance, sweat has frozen on his skin. Blood trickles from one nostril. Operative 1. You almost crossed the veil. V3. I felt nothing. Operative 1. Good. Remember that feeling. The failure. Final task. Cross the hall without triggering sensors. V3 takes a step, then falters. Instinct overwhelms him. Pupils widen, jaw clicks, breath becomes shallow. He drops to all fours, slipping toward feral posture. Operative 1 intervenes with a neck hold. Operative 1. Look at me. V3. I can't feel where my mind ends. Operative 1. Then feel where your blood begins. Episode ends after severe tremors. V3 is left exhausted. House Varn assessment. Physician Scholar 12. Shadow skin in Phase 2 is unprecedented. Neural strain severe. Operative 6. He draws from instincts older than understanding. Elder Varn. Continue. Even if he breaks, what emerges will be useful. V3 leaves on unsteady feet, eyes dilated as if sensing something distant. Final note from Operative 1. Instinct bows to him only when forced. The beast waits for weakness. We have made him stronger, but also more fragile. Without control, this strength will tear him apart. End of training log.